What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers Podcast, episode 108. We are here. Oh, we got some stuff to talk about, that is for sure. What just a great weekend in fights, man.
It was
UFC
good.
303, PFL 6. We had some very, very good stuff.
Quite wacky.
Yeah, definitely some wacky stuff.
Yeah, there's so much that happened, so much to get into. But before all that, if you enjoy the content, as always, like and subscribe. It really helps out. Things have been going good. Yeah, last 3 videos in a row, all over 100 views, right? Let's go.
Let's
go.
go.
Much appreciated, everyone.
Yeah,
But let's go. We're going to start. Normally, we start with PFL because, you know, it happens first. But UFC 303, too many big things happen. Too much stuff to talk about. Let's just get into it right off the top. In the main event, the reason why we were all here for the last 2 weeks, Poatan versus Jiri, number 2, getting it done, going back for the rematch on short notice, trying to save the event for International Fight Week, filling in for Conor McGregor. I feel like just a funny thing to start is, one, with just obviously, you know, talked about like Conor pulling out and like the whole broken toe thing. It's like, Poatan saves 300 with a broken toe, leaves it with an extra broken toe, so 2 of them, comes into this, and after he gets the fucking, I was not expecting this to be the way to end the fight at all. Head kick knockout for Poatan in the second round, 13 seconds, I do believe it happened.
Yep.
Lead head kick too.
Yeah, just so nasty. But then as soon as he does that, gets the finish, you just see him popping his toe back into place. Like, yep, that's what we fucking do around here.
I mean, but we said it the last time we were talking about it, and Pereira even said it himself. It's like, Pereira's in this. Like, he's in the mix right now. He's still, like, he's not on the younger side, but he's young in his UFC career. He's hungry. He's in the middle of the shit. Conor did everything he had to do. Why is he about to fight with a broken toe, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Right. No, yeah.
And I know that's not what you're saying, but it was just funny even hearing Pereira say that, because it's like, yeah, that was the whole point. It's like, there's no reason. Like, we see why Poatan's going to take it, but...
Yeah. It just very poetic in how it all plays out with just all surrounding toes, you know what I mean?
But like you said, just a beautiful head kick, man.
Yeah.
Just
oh my God.
So smart of him too, because obviously we know that Jiri fights with his hands down very often, but for him to notice that it's like, yeah, every time he throws like the kick or whatever, his hands just drop at certain points because he wants to catch it or whatever. He kept throwing the low kick, and then he sees his hand drop and boom, hit him with the high kick, and he was done. I'm sure it helped that literally the last second of the first round he sat him down with the left hook, but still.
And that was what I was about to bring up. That might not have connected with as much force if he had not just knocked him down, like literally, like almost fight-ending knockdown, literally last second of the round. Very Whitaker Adesanya 1-esque in how that happened.
No, yeah, because it's
literally just a left hook.
Bro, like, not for nothing. Afterwards, like, because the bell rang, like, Jiri didn't even realize. He thought that Herb was ending the fight there, and it's like, no, the round is over. Just get up, get your minute to recover, you know? Like, he would have been finished had there been 2 seconds more on that clock, like...
Yeah,
like, the performance from Poatan, like, because going into it, like, you know, just at the end of the day, I was still pretty confident that Poatan was going to be the one to win. He was going to get it done. But the short notice, the broken toes, him being in Australia, just kind of just out and about doing things, I was so nervous and just unsure of how that was actually going to be for him in this rematch for Jiri. I thought it was going to play to Yuri's favor. Bro, Poatan was just so ready for the next fight against Jiri.
Yeah.
Like, because in the first fight, a big thing that we talked about that was a big problem for Jiri, the calf kicks. And in the first fight, he started going to the southpaw stance to, like, try and mitigate that. This fight goes to the southpaw stance much quicker into it. He, like, as soon as the fight started, he eats a calf kick and then went to the southpaw stance right away. And then what does Poatan do? He just hits the outside leg kick off his lead leg to just make sure, like, no, you're not safe from it, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you are. And then just talking about in the preview, like,
yeah, he only landed a total of 9 calf kicks.
Yeah, it doesn't need too much, you know what I
mean?
No,
yeah.
But, like, and then talking about in the preview where it's like, if Yuri's able to, like, back him up, get him on the cage, maybe working some grappling, just close the distance and, like, confine the space of Poatan, like, that was going to work better for him. never had an opportunity for that at all. The movement of Poatan was excellent, constantly circling along the outside, making sure he was not getting trapped up. There was like 1 or 2 times he kind of got pressed back, but yeah, just
punched his way out of it real quick. He was fine. Like,
yeah, he was just in control of that fight from start to end, ready for everything Jiri had for him. And then that left hook at the end of the first round, Jiri just comes in and just stepping off on the angle, just absolute perfect placement, precision, timing, everything about it was just perfect. And yeah, 3 more seconds with just 1 or 2 follow-up shots, like that fight was over in the first round.
Yeah.
It's just insane, man. Motherfucking Poatan, the things that he has accomplished in such a short time in the UFC. The first man since Jon Jones has held the title to get 2 consecutive title defense inside the light heavyweight division as well. Just another feather in his cap that no one else has been able to do.
No, never mind. I forgot Jan did get a defense against Izzy.
Yeah, he got the one and then lost to Glover. But so just actually having a consistent champ like at the top of 205 now, and just motherfucking Poatan, who's been here for not even 3 full years at this point. Like, it's
so crazy.
It's just
he's
incredible.
Bringing stability back to 205. That's what I really enjoy about. That's kind of why, like, I agree with Dana. I kind of want him to stay here for a little bit, because it's just like, man, what, like, if he just especially if he keep like racking up these defenses, like,
I mean,
and definitely 1 more, I think, and then if he wants to move up, I'm okay with talking about that at that point. I just think like he does have at least 1 more clear contender he has to go through in Magomed Ankalaev.
Nah, for sure. Just you bring it up, Magomed. Just a quick thing that I remembered was Jiri during media day. He was just getting asked about like Magomed, like potentially fighting the winner, like whatever, and then he was just like, "Who's Magomed's last win?" And then the interviewer said Johnny Walker, and he was like, "Oh." Like, it really caught him off guard of like, oh, that's the last guy he beat?
And he was just like, okay.
Yeah, like, it's just one of those things where it's like, obviously Magomed is clearly talented, he's very skilled, he's at the top of the division, but it's like, yeah, you look at just his wins, and it's not like he actually has the greatest wins in the division, you know what I mean?
No, he doesn't. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, you kind of have to, like, he can only fight the people that are put in front of him.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's like, dude took a long time after almost a full year after the Blachowicz draw.
Yeah.
To then go to a no contest. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, just unfortunate things. You know what I mean? It's not entirely his fault and everything, so it just kind of sucks. But
I just think the division it's one of the divisions where it's at that spot where it's like, it doesn't matter the current wins he has, like he is unbeaten other than he has 1 loss, but it's been quite a while since he's been unbeaten.
Yes.
He's the next person to fight for it, because it's like,
sure.
who are you going to give it to? Jan? Brackage? Nikita? No. You know what I mean? It's like, exactly.
No,
it's not happening.
Give it to my boy Nikita. He needs to fight, right? Get him in a title fight. Nah. But it, like, just going back to what you said, Ginger, of like, wanting Poatan to get 1 more, it's like, yeah, Magomed's clearly there. That's obviously the next fight to make at 205 pounds. And it's one of those things where it's like, if he moves up to heavyweight now with the 205 title, it just makes it a bigger thing, But
yes,
it's like, in all reality, dude, like, it started at middleweight, got the title, he lost it, and then was like, okay, on to bigger and better things up a division. You know what I mean? Like, so it's...
No, yeah.
I feel like in reality, he could do the same thing at 205, and it's like, I don't think anyone's really gonna, like, hold that against him or any... You know what I mean? It's like...
Right. And like, my biggest thing with it is also just, like, in terms of, like, with that moving up and everything, is I want, like, this whole Jon Jones possibly retiring, not retiring, Tom Aspinall. Like, I want that to fix itself first before anything. Because if Jon Jones beats Stipe and retires, all right, cool. Guess what? Boom! Immediately you put Poatan in there.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was saying to Jimmy. Is that like right now with the way the heavyweight is, Jon at top, waiting to fight Stipe. We have Tom as the interim. It's just like not the time for him to move up. Like,
exactly.
It's just not the time. Even though you want it and Joe Rogan wants it so bad
already. Why not make it at least fun? You know what I mean?
Because at least there's 205 was so cursed.
Yes.
Once Glover lost that belt. Like, it was already not great, but, like, especially right there, it was, like, so many injuries happening. It was just a year of, like, oh, my God. And then Poatan got it. Now he's got 2 defenses. Let's just, like Ginger said, keep the stability for a little bit. Let's let heavyweight get stable, and then we can start doing that.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, I think Poatan's going to hold the belt for a little bit. I think he can beat Ankalaev, especially because Ankalaev is so slow to get to the wrestling.
Yeah,
Motherfucker
bro.
likes to strike.
Like, the wrestling and cannot defend leg kicks.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Because after the fight, you had Magomed Ankalaev tweeting out that, like, he doesn't need to wrestle. He promises he will go out there and knock out Poatan on the feet.
And so many people look at his name and they're like, oh, you're a wrestler. And it's like, bro, look at his record. Look at his fights. Like, he is a striker. He's the type of fucking striker that his corner's yelling at him like, bro, wrestle. Why are you doing this? It's literally why he went to the draw with Jan, is because he was so late
slow
to wrestle with him.
Like,
so slow to do that. Poatan just starts kicking up his legs. He might get himself a leg kick TKO in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, man. Like, because, in that draw, like, his legs were getting ripped apart by Jan in that fight. Which is why he went to the
wrestling.
Yeah. Like, it was so bad. Poatan's going to be smacking that way quicker, way more devastating early. It's like that.
Yep.
Yeah, man. If Ankalaev thinks that he's going to go out there, I mean, it's like, it's possible. You know what I mean? Like, 205, like, you got big motherfuckers that hit hard. It's like...
anything's possible, and it's fun.
Yeah, but, bro, for him to think that it's like, like, that's my game plan. Just go out there, strike this dude, knock him out, I'm the champ.
Yep.
Like... You're the only motherfucker with real motherfucking grappling that would actually face Poatan, and you're not gonna use it. You're gonna throw, bro.
Because it's not his thing.
If he goes out there and fucking doesn't grapple with Poatan and gets knocked out, he's never getting another title fight. Never in his fucking UFC career. It's done. It's over. Like, it doesn't. Like, that would be absolute. That would be terrible.
Yeah.
Such low IQ. But hey, that's kind of
Magomed's MO, though.
A little bit of a running theme.
he kind of does a lot of low IQ things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think, like, let's keep the stability and let's get freaking heavyweight stable again. Because, like, at the moment, the only fight really to make outside of once John fights Stipe would be Aspinall John. And again, if John retires, it's you do Tom and Alex, and that no one's gonna have a fucking problem with that, because who are they gonna put Tom against after that? Cyril Gane? He doesn't fucking deserve it. He should fight fucking Almeida.
Yeah. But yeah, it just crazy. On the other side for Jiri, it was like, I fucking love Jiri so much, man. It's so fun to see him fight every single time. I love his personality. I love the spirit he brings to the game. To see just how disappointed he was afterwards, like, that truly was just so sad. And like it was just, and just like afterwards, like, you know, just obviously the expression in his face, that was real sad. But then like seeing the picture afterwards, it was kind of funny of like round 1, like antenna up, ready to go round 2, just after he lost, like antenna just broken into the side, and it was just like, oh, poor Jiri, man. Like, and the thing that just sucks too is that I saw that, like, he tweeted or said something where it was just like, it's like, yeah, if he can't like level up and find like the next level of the game, then like there's just no point in keep fighting. And it's just like, that's just so upsetting to hear, man. It's like, you've been here for such a short period of time. You've lost 2 fights to Poatan,
and you're 31 years old.
Yeah, it's like, bro, it's fucking Poatan. Like, you're a wacky striker that is going in there with one of the most devastating technical guys in the division's history.
That's the thing. It's like,
that's not a matchup that you're ever really supposed to win.
I was about to say, stylistically, this is the worst matchup you can have going up against.
Yeah.
And just like someone who is also just an extremely powerful striker as well. So it's just like, damn, like, you really you weren't supposed to win.
Yeah, man. It sucks though.
Like, unfortunately,
it's like, I don't know. Do you think we could end up with, like, I mean, depending on how timelines everything plays out, just whenever he comes back, do you think we end up with like maybe him and Jamal Hill fight, or do you think we end up with like him versus Khalil Roundtree or something?
Possibly.
Yeah, I was thinking potentially him versus Jan Blachowicz as well.
Maybe. I just feel like I feel like when is the last time Giannis fought? I feel like it's been a minute.
Pereira now, right?
There's, I believe, Pereira, if I'm remembering.
That was
correctly.
really his last fight. Yeah, damn.
And that
over
was
a year ago.
Okay, yeah.
Almost a year ago. Sorry.
I feel like they're gonna probably have him fight someone down that they're trying to bring up. You know what I mean? Like he's been around at the top. Like he's at that point where he's the former champ. They're gonna look to like get other guys over like on him.
I mean, shit. If they have room on the card, him versus Volkanous, Demir and Harris would go crazy.
Yeah, I would. Volkan called out Jamal. I think it was after beating Johnny. But yeah, like
that'd be a spot below, so it's not like the craziest like fall off from like he calls out like Jamal and then gets fucking like Nikita, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, either way, I'm sure that he, with Jamal's injury, he's probably like, okay, never mind,
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So we'll see how 205 plays out. But if Poetan, like, if he wins a heavyweight title, even if he were to beat Tom for the interim title or whatever, this dude might be the greatest fighter ever. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things where he doesn't have the long, lengthy resume, but it's like
he'd have the names for sure.
Yeah, like
realistically, just about all of his names are former champions, other than his first two fights. Yeah, because his first two fights were Andreas Michailidis and Bruno Silva, and then it was Sean Strickland, Izzy, Jan, Jiri, Jamal, Jiri. Like,
it's like, and
Sean's title reign came afterwards, but either way,
fucking shit. He beats Magomed. He could easily, Magomed can end up in a title after Poetan is gone. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's one of those things where, like, Jones is obviously at the top with just the long time, like, amount of title wins and all that, but it's like, bro, if it's in, like, a 3-4 year period, at the end of your athletic prime, you come in and grab 3 different weight titles, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Right, that's just legendary.
Legendary.
Shit, even what he's done, you know what I mean? Like, it's been 2 years.
Yeah. UFC Hall of Famer.
2.5 years, like.
Yeah, he's already a Hall. Yeah, no, he's definitely a Hall of Famer already.
Yeah, undeniable. Like it's incredible, man. I love it. I can't wait to see what happens with the rest of Poetan's career, and I just hope that we can at least rock out with him like in championship fights for another 2 years. You know what I mean? Like that would just be awesome. Let's go. The co-main event though. So many things. So many things. So, in the preview, we hit you with all the fucking Jamal Hill, Khalil, and then, all of that, Oberg, all that shit. Yeah. Well, it got even wackier from there, because of course it had to. You know what I mean? It's motherfucking International Fight Week. Why not? Let's go.
Because it's like, let's start from the beginning of 4 a.m. weigh-in days. Diego is on weight, 146, gets a call from his manager like, hey, Ortega's not making weight. We have to move this up to lightweight. And he accepts it.
No problem.
Yep. Okay, sure. Let's go. I already made weight, but what the fuck ever.
6-7 hour notice, like, until weigh-in starts, like, 10 more pounds up. Okay, fine.
Right. Goes to fight at lightweight.
Yep.
2 hours before his fight, we start getting talk that Ortega might not be able to fight. He has a fever. He's getting sick. Like, he's on the verge of pulling out. About, like an hour and a half before the fight? Or maybe it's at the 2 hours mark. But, like, in that timeline, they confirm that Ortega's out. But here's Dan Ige, like, hey, I have a fight in 2 weeks. I've been training. I'm in the greatest shape of my life. I'll fill in. Like, I'm in Vegas. They do the weigh-ins for 165. Dan Ige out here didn't cut weight. He's just been in camp. This is what he's been walking around at in his camp weight.
Yeah, dude's a 45er and he's walking around at 165, like very normal.
Exactly. Like just coming fresh off, like, yeah, sure, let's get it. Diego, who made 146, just like, yeah, sure, we can do 165. That's fine. Yep. And he ends up weighing in 161, like just
little backstage weigh-in, but like mid-event, mid-fucking event, they do a backstage
UFC history.
Like, what the fuck, bro?
Here's the biggest thing about all this.
Yes.
And it's the luckiest part of the whole thing, is Dan Ige fought in February. The medical records that you give for your fights in Vegas are good for up to a year.
Okay, I
That
thought
is
that
the only reason he was able to do it.
I thought he was able to fight
medicals.
because of the fact that he was in camp and he had a fight coming up, so everything was cleared from that. But either way, just still very fucking lucky and just, you know what I mean?
Licensed.
Like, either way, just super fucking lucky. And the balls on both of them, because it's like, from Diego's aspect, like going to fight number 3 Ortega, 2 weeks short notice, 7 hours notice before weigh-ins, moving it up a weight class, and then 2 hours notice taking on Dan Ige up another 10 pounds. Like, that's crazy. And then on Dan Ige's aspect, like...
And it's a completely different stylistic matchup than the one you were preparing for.
Yeah, Dan Ige, a much more, like, all-arounder kind of guy with big motherfucking power in his hands when he sits down on him and cannot be finished. Can't. Like, as Diego motherfucking tried, man.
He tried.
My God. When he had that choke locked up in that fight, was it second round, I think it was?
I believe so.
Anaconda or the Darce? Bro, I was just like, money. Like, it's game over. This is what Diego do. And then it just didn't happen. And it was just
this is what
it's Dan Ige. This is what Dan Ige does. Like, it just...
Okay, so they actually credited him only with 1 sub attempt in the first round. So I don't know if that was the first, but I know he had like the RNC. I know he had the Anaconda. He had a couple. That's misleading, but either way,
you got to get real deep on them for them to actually like
yeah.
like the opponent. Like when you get when you put someone in it, like they actually have to do like right techniques to defend it for them to really like count it, you know.
But that's because wasn't it with him that he had the RNC in and like he was actually cranking on that shit, and Dan Ige broke the arms and he was just like, nope, grip released, and then it was the same with the Anaconda, flipped him over and he's like, nope, out of here. But whatever. Not important.
Just Dan Ige is just one of those guys where I would not be shocked by the end of his career. He's just never been finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. He's so goddamn durable, man. It's so hard to get him out of there. And it's just like, for both of them to take this fight on the timeline and everything, just absolute legends. Like as soon as they were getting it done, like, you know, during stream, I was saying, okay, it's like, bro, if Dan Ige gets, like, if he wins this fight, give him Max Holloway for the BMF title. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Shit.
You know, like, just as
a
gift, like, thank you, Ige will bless you with this kind of a thing. You know,
seriously,
like,
because not for nothing, like, that's the embodiment of BMF anyway. It's not Ilya has the title and Max holds this title, so let's just throw it on the line. Like, it's this type of shit. You don't have to be the best in the world. It's just the embodiment of being the baddest motherfucker. Like
anyone, anytime, anywhere.
Exactly. That is definitely the embodiment of it, because holy fuck.
Yeah, just absolutely
motherfucker said,
amazing.
do not take this opportunity away from me. Like,
like for the UFC to not be begging at his feet, kissing his, like, please, 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 we'll give you any amount of money you fucking want, like, you know, within reason. You know, they're not gonna bet too much. They're not gonna be like, here's $3 million.
They had also offered Diego, even if he's just like said no, because like it's very understandable to say no in this situation.
Yeah,
they were
you're not gonna accept a fight on 2 hours notice? Oh, that's wow. Yeah, like
I can already see the Hunter Campbell fucking gaslight. If you take this, imagine the fans you'll get. I can already see the gaslighting he would do.
I just hope they got extra money for this though, for sure.
Yeah, they for sure did.
They definitely, and they're gonna take care of them with discretionary bonuses that they're not gonna put on their taxes.
Yeah, and it was just very nice too that like in the post-fight press conference that like one of the reporters was just like, oh, both of them mentioned that like they want to fight on the sphere, like is that something you can get done? And he's like, I'll do anything for these guys. So like there's just very good chance we're gonna get both of them on the sphere,
which is awesome.
And Diego Lopez on the MMA, and I think also post-fight, calls out he wants either Brian Ortega or Alexander Volkanovski.
Yeah, I was talking about this with Jimmy, and the reason why I don't like either of those callouts is because they're not necessarily realistic. Like, they're the best for him in the division right now because, like, it's what kind of makes sense because it's like, Max Holloway, they're talking about fighting Ilya next, you know what I mean? So, like, he's kind of just not in the picture for fighting talk. And then Yair, they're probably going to use him in a separate fight for Mexican Independence Day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then next is Movzar, which is a rematch, and obviously Movzar hasn't answered that call out, and Dana's not really trying to do that, you know what I mean? So for him, it's the most realistic. But Volk should, one, sit out, but two, he's probably waiting for that title shot because he wants that immediate rematch for him.
Or just a big fight like that. Like he was calling out Dustin, you know, like
right,
something
like
that.
a big fight, you know? And then Ortega literally just, he said win or loss after this fight, he was moving up to lightweight, so I don't think that he's going to re-accept this fight at featherweight and then go to lightweight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, for him it makes sense, but it also is the least realistic. It's all unrealistic in the top 5 right now, unless they actually book him versus Yair.
Not only that, but like Arnold Allen is also on the book, is booked in England. Josh Emmett, I think he's booked.
I don't think he's got anything. He's like one of the only guys that, and that's where it's like, I think that's probably going to be the next one, because that's like that's the highest ranked guy that makes any sort of sense.
Right.
Unless they do go Yair, and it's just like big Mexican fight right there.
Right.
Yeah, I was about to say, unless they go Yair.
Old Mexican star versus new Mexican star kind of a thing for them.
Or Aljamain Sterling, former champ, you can bump that, you know what I mean? Like, you can get
Aljo ain't taking
good amount of hype out of that.
Aljo ain't taking it either. Man.
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, like, looking at it, like,
they might go to him versus Yair to make the big fight out of it, because it's like, while it would make sense to have like, oh, you can get the 2 fights, who is everybody going to fight? You know what I mean? Like, timelines are not necessarily adding up for them to have 3 different fights within the rankings, because Dan Ige, Diego Lopes, and Yair, if they want to book all of them against ranked guys,
Dan Ige will fight.
I know he'll fight anybody, but if they're trying, like, if they're like, oh, I want to give you a favor, or even if they book like a Lerone Murphy with him, you know, where it's not easy, but it's up, you know?
Yeah.
I could see something like that, you know, but it's like trying to get 3 people within the rankings, potentially, like, they might actually go to Yair versus Diego.
Yeah, that was an amazing fight. Oh my goodness, that's so good.
Yair's getting slapped.
Who else would Yair fight?
Where's he getting subbed?
Yair, actually, the only one that would make sense for Yair outside of like Lopes would be Sterling.
And that's the thing that it doesn't make sense for me, because it's like I feel like that's a very bad stylistic matchup for Yair, and it's like they're not going to look to do that on Mexican and State card. Like, you know what I mean?
And I know what you mean. I'm just saying, like,
I know
that's why it's like
it's hard.
You kind of have to do the Diego Lopes fight. That's the only other one that really makes sense.
No, yeah, because the thing is, and we were talking about it, but it's like Dana don't like Movzar or Aljo. And I feel like he's just going to try to get that done. So Aljo gets shut out, and he can be like, oh, Movzar, that was boring. Fight another guy. You know what I mean? Like,
you only beat number 8.
Yeah, like.
Or Aljo beats him, and, you know, he's at least like, all right, I got a former champ at least, like, who I could, like, promote in that way.
Oh, yeah, because if Aljo beat Movzar, they'll throw him into a title fight with Ilya. Like,
they'll do it because they can, but it's like, I don't think they're necessarily trying to.
No, they're not trying to. I'm just saying, like, it's, one of those things. Cause
145 is in a weird spot right now, for sure.
It is.
It's a kind of starting to get logjam at the top, just kind of waiting on some pieces to happen. So many people have already fought each other. It's just like, it's kind of wacky how they're doing shit.
Which is why I'm completely fine with Brian Ortega just noping his way out of it anyway.
Yeah. Just add Brito right into number 15. You know what I mean? But very solid co-main event. Not too bad of a fight. Featured bout Anthony Smith versus Roman Dolidze. Roman Dolidze gets it done. Unanimous decision over Smith.
Yep.
Gonna be a top 10 fighter in 2 divisions now?
Probably, maybe. I don't know. Let's see what they do.
It'll be interesting what they actually do with that.
We had Max Holloway beat Gaethje and get ranked number 9, so let's see if they put him somewhere, you know?
They could.
That's very true. He just doesn't even get ranked out.
They're gonna be like, he doesn't count. He took the short notice. He's an 85er.
Yeah. But it's
I can see that.
I'm pretty sure he was saying that he'd be down to, like, you know, fighting both divisions, that, like, you know, he's like a top guy, so
He said that.
So yeah, I mean,
we'll see.
I don't think he does well at 205 at all. Like, he's not even doing that great at 185 against the top guys. I don't know. It was just kind of a weird booking, weird fight. Just like don't really know. It's like, yeah, sucks for Anthony Smith. Just another short notice fight. Like, he got the last one done against Vitor, but yeah, this one just rougher one, getting beat up a bit. And yeah, I know he said that he doesn't want any more short notice fights. So
good for him.
Yeah. But motherfucker, learn. Finally.
Sometimes it takes a fighter 50 or so fights to learn to take care of themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. After this fight happened, on his Instagram, Dominic Reyes called out, if I remember right, he called out either to fight in the Sphere Anthony Smith or Carlos Ulberg. Speaking of fighters who need to learn.
Well, yeah.
I don't think. I mean, it wouldn't be short notice, but maybe Anthony Smith will sit down for a little bit. Maybe he won't want to do that, but it's also the Sphere, so it's a big place, so maybe he will. I don't know.
Smith Dom is that's definitely a fight that could end up at the Sphere.
I know it is.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I mean, I definitely like that fight for Dominic Reyes much more than the Ulberg one. I'll say that.
Yes.
But yeah, for Smith, that ain't great either. Just in a rough spot. Just definitely winding down towards the end of his career. But just gonna be hanging around, getting some fights in. Last few paychecks, really. You know, that's just kind of
Which I mean, I kind of get, kind of don't. He's already got the analyst gig with the UFC on the desk. He's got his podcast. You know, he co-hosts with Michael Bisping on their podcast. So like, you know what I mean?
Do you think he's still too high level? That's honestly what it is. Like, he has not come to terms with the like reality of his fighting career yet, for sure. Like that's definitely like a big part of it.
No,
like, because after the last one, just talking about how like, you know, or before the last one, Vitor, it's just like that, you know, just not worrying about title, just one fight at a time, beats Vitor, and now he's talking about Poatan again. You know what I mean? It's like
exactly like.
It's like after a few more losses, then he'll probably start to be like, all right, maybe I should hang it up, you know. But we'll see how that all goes. Good for Delide though, get back on the winning track. Short notice fight. Sure, he got a nice little upgrade in a contract for taking this one. So let's go. Fourth fight on the main card. First absolute vicious cut to talk about for this one. Oh my goodness. First of all, first round, Macy Chias on Mayra Bueno Silva. What a fucking scrap, man.
Yeah.
Mayra was going after her, putting it on her. Macy tough as shit.
I mean, Macy was putting it on her too. Like, it was a real back and forth. Like, they had a very good first round. But seriously, Mayra's striking looked much better than her last fight. Yeah. She's definitely worked on it, tightened it up a bit.
For sure. It was just so good. I'm pretty sure Mayra won on all judges' scorecards in the first round.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure. Either way, though. Second round, just, oh my God. Macy gets the takedown, gets on top, and bruh, just the elbow right over the eyebrow, and
absolutely slicing.
Oh my God, that shit was so bad. That was nasty. That was so fucked up. Just Mayra fucking jumping out of the cage afterwards, like get like all angry, going to Dana White, like, I can still fight, like, come on, you know,
just bleeding all over the place. Dana's backing up, like, it's
he said afterwards he had blood all over him. He got blood in his mouth. He said like literally blood was just all over the place. Like,
I fucking bet the shit was nasty. Oh my God. And you could tell he's backing up, like, bro, stop bleeding on me. It was a nasty cut, but I feel bad in those situations where people, you know what I mean? Like, it's a big cut, but she's like, no, I could still fight.
It's like, no, you can, bro.
Yeah, no, the doctor's like, bro, the blood is bleeding into her eye. Like, that's going to affect it. I mean, it's up to you. And the ref was like, if she can't see it, it's over. Like,
yeah, no, like, that's the thing that I do appreciate about the ref in that situation. He's like,
I can't believe the doctor was
going back to the doctor, because he's like, no, this is your fucking decision. This is your fucking job. You tell me if they are able to compete or not.
Yeah, because I know the doctor is being very, like, wishy-washy at first. Like, oh, if you want to. And then, just went back and he's like, it's too deep. Like, and then just started saying that. And then, they called it. But it's like, bro, that...
Just say that at first. You're the goddamn doctor.
Yeah.
That's what you're there for.
Like, just to, like, preview later on, the doctor in the PFL, immediate. Like,
bro, he
that's
laughed.
how you do it.
He laughed at the
Yeah.
idea of the fight continuing.
He's cracked a smirk and just shook his head. You could tell that he wanted to just laugh out of like, why are you even asking me this question? Like,
he said,
exactly.
no.
But that's my point, though. It's just like, no, if you're that ringside physician, you see like, make your decision. Like, don't be wishy-washy about it.
Yeah.
Make your decision. Tell them what it is. But it's like, I was like, just us watching, we could tell that should not continue. Because guess what? If I'm Chasson, you know what I'm doing? I'm pushing the pressure, and I'm just throwing elbows on that fucking side.
Bro, even
she got beautiful elbows.
Yeah, because even if like it were to continue and just get him back on the feet, it's like even just simple just toss jabs at it. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
like little jabs, and you're gonna fucking rip it apart, man.
And it's like Macy's got good striking. She can easily do that. Like
she'd be walking into some shots, like she's there to get hit, but like, bro,
instead of it now being half of your eyebrow, it's now from your eyebrow to the end of the other one.
Goodness.
Like, no.
Yeah, man. It's like Macy, she talked about it leading in, like just starting to get the weight under control at 135 pounds, really looking like she's starting to come into her own, like with her game. And it's like, yeah, man, just you gotta go out there, you gotta brawl these girls, and you gotta rip them up with them elbows. Like she's just a fucking monster, man.
I forgot to mention it while we were watching, but like it's something that like every time like I think about it. Did you guys happen to notice that after Macy landed that elbow and that shit split open, she smiled?
No, I did not.
Oh my god, I wish I would have pointed it out to you. I'm sorry, we gotta pull it up. But yeah, she landed that elbow, she sits up, you see it split open, and she just and starts
I'm sure, man. Yeah, like
she knew right away. She's like, oh, it's over.
Great win, definitely getting herself cemented into the top 5 with that one. So we did get fucking the we know that Rocky and Juliana are going to be fighting in October, which it's like that was like October 5th or something. So I guess
October 7th,
something. But so I guess they're doing 2 pay-per-views in October again, or so we had 2 pay-per-views this month, and so again in October. But see how that plays out. But yeah, it's like, so since Juliana's getting it, even though she shouldn't, it should be Kayla. Kayla's gonna be net. It's starting to it's just getting held up at 135 for no reason. It just sucks. Because it's like there's not even that many contenders or like.
I was just gonna say it's funny how we went from like nothing and nobody, like what do we even do with this division? Where is it going to? Damn, we kind of got a line of people. What happens?
Yeah.
But I'm sure with Myra, it's like especially with her being last in line and her beating Macy, sorry, and her beating Myra, they'll probably just give her like maybe like Ketlin at number 2, like do something like that, just the in between.
Very possible.
Get a Ketlin. Get the loser of Rocky Pena, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just funny because Kayla's still calling out Amanda. On the broadcast, she's like, Amanda, come on.
It's the biggest fight, man.
No, I know. I respect it. I'm not talking shit. It's just funny.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Maybe they fucking bless Macy with like a good win or something. She gets like a Misha Tate. You know what I mean? Like, but who knows? We'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? But yeah, women's bantamweight starting to get some fun players at the top of the division now. Things are actually starting to happen. So let's go. Main card opener. Sadly, I'm not preview, well, like, because in the preview, I was just saying that like this is one fight where I could see it going so many different ways, and very sadly, it went the one way of it being boring, and so we got that.
Kind of expected.
Okay, so I feel like everyone thinks it's boring because, well, one, there's a lot of hate behind Ian Garry. That's first off.
Yes.
But I mean, like when it comes to you guys. Like, I feel like, just like the expectation that there could be fun striking and good striking, you know what I mean? But it's like, for me, it's not like Ian just held him there. There were good scrambles. He did good job at, like, moving and working. Like, the last round itself was, like, not great, but, like, the first round specifically. You know what I mean? Where it was like, oh, he's just grappling. It's like he was taking the back. He was trying to do things, At least it wasn't like he just held them there.
No, yeah. Like, yeah, he got the back in the first round, like, for most of it, and, like, was working. But, like, it just... Like, I don't know. It just, like...
Like, overall, it wasn't great, but
it like, I guess for me, it's just, like, one of those things where it's, like, going into it, like, he talked up his game, like, so much for him to go out there and literally want to spend 0 seconds on the feet with MVP because he literally couldn't do anything against him. And then he went to the grappling. And it's like, yes, he got the back, but it's like, dude, like, he didn't show any real depth, like, or any real impressive work in the ground game. Like, he literally controlled MVP. Like,
so
that's,
I guess
like that is not impressive.
It's not.
Like, it's
especially
just
considering,
not,
listen. Especially considering he trains with Oliveira and Damian Maia is in his fucking corner. Like, 2 of the greatest submission specialists in the UFC's history. And you can't do
fucking trained with Gilbert and fucking Usman and fucking Shavkat, and he's trained with so many great grapplers throughout his career.
So the one thing I want to say is, like, with the talk up and stuff, I take everything they like fighters say about certain fights, except like certain people, obviously. But you know, like
with a grain of salt. Like,
exactly. Like with him talking like that with MVP, I kind of had a feeling that it was gonna go like this, like that he was gonna just try to grapple him because it's like everyone that's been in the ring with or the octagon with MVP has said like, yeah, he's awkward. It's hard to hit him. It's hard to be in there with him. Like it's frustrating, you know. Like so with Ian talking like that, I just expect people to say that. It's like I don't know. But when they don't perform that way, I just kind of laugh. Like, I just find it funny at this point. I just be laughing at that shit, but I do understand what you mean. Like, I kind of forget that he even spoke like that because, like, I read it, I laugh, and I just keep scrolling. I'm like, it's
just like, bruh, MVP, he shouldn't have wanted to try for a fun fight in the third and give up the top position on Ian. He should have just laid on top of him and won that round and won that fight, man. Because it's like, because for Ian to just fucking get him down and just be like, well, we're back to this, buddy. Now I'm gonna win the fight. You know what I mean? Like,
and then it was like
MVP trying to even do at that point, like when he's like
the last like minute,
he's touched over. Like it's just like, why are you not trying to shake him off?
Yeah, he just was like, I don't know.
I feel like he just gave up. Like it was one of those things where he just got frustrated. Like, you know how Kevin Holland got frustrated trying to like strike with him and he was just like whatever about things. I feel like he was just there kind of expecting the ref to like break it up. Like, bro, nothing's going on. Like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he was just annoyed with the inability to do something.
Yeah.
And then just didn't try.
Nah, yeah. It's... Yeah, I don't know. It was just one of those things where it's like at the end of the third round, it was like, yeah, that third round was a toss-up. I don't know who's going to win this. Round 1, Ian easy. Round 2, MVP. Bro, the strikes he was teeing off some big shots on Ian. To be fair, like, he handled them very well. But then, it was just like, I don't know, when the judges were just like unanimous decision, Ian Garry, that just didn't sit right with me. Like, it did not feel right in my heart.
So
I agree with Dana. It should have just been a draw and just fucking have them both fight down.
So looking at the stats, it's like obviously we know that Ian had like a lot of control time, and you know what I mean, like towards like the back half, and that's how it ended. But even like on here, it is showing that he did outstrike him, like total strikes 28-14, 8-5. So like I wonder if we were just kind of watching, maybe like not paying as much attention, and like judges actually just seen it like, no, he threw a bit more, he did a bit more, and then had all the control time. So it was Ian's round. Like, it was super close. It's not like anything happened or anyone did anything. So it's like, if they handed out 10-10 rounds, that's a 10-10 round, even though we got outstruck. But the little things, I guess.
Well, like striking though, like how many of those are ground strikes? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just, you know, in general, it just.
So.
I guess he technically did a little more for a weird round, like.
But yeah,
I'm not like on the.
Yeah, I'm just like
draw train. I'm just like, I just didn't like the fight.
It's just one of the, like, and then for him, just afterwards, he's just like, he thinks that like with that performance, he's like, yup, I can compete with the best in the world now, and me and Poatan are the best calf kickers in MMA, and like, bro, stop comparing yourself to anyone, man. You're not.
Like, that's why, like, you just gotta laugh at it. Like, you just gotta read that shit and find it funny, because it's like, right now, he's undefeated, so he thinks that, but it's like, it's almost sad because of how humbling it's gonna be once he actually fights one of those people. Like, him talking about Shavkat or whatever, bro, Shavkat fucks him up any way he wants to. And it's gonna be in a bad way. Like, you know? Yeah,
man. But, like, that's where it's just, like
that's where I just laugh, like.
But that's where, like, not being the biggest fan of him or whatever, and it's like, bro, you don't beat MVP like that, and then fucking mention your name next to Poatan.
Bro, it's
shut the fuck up.
It super helps to not
calf kicks. He didn't throw one till the third round.
It super helps to not listen to it and to just read it. You know what I mean? Because when you're not hearing him and like
I just read that quote too, but still,
I never listen to what he says. I just
voice.
be reading the quotes and I just fucking
I know
laugh.
I know what his stupid voice sounds like. I don't need to hear him to know what he's saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, right?
I know
can hear the exact cadence, the exact.
The fucking but like
I do what I want.
But yeah, just like at the end of the day though, it's just like it's like this is his shit. It's like you said, he's undefeated to this point. Me and many other people are just gonna be hating, waiting for him to lose, and it's just to this point he just keeps on winning. You know what I mean? So it's like at the end of the day, he's doing what he needs to do to get the job done, continue his career. So it's like it's just.
He said, "Me and other people will continue to hate."
Yes, I don't hate him as a fighter. I just hate him as a person. Like he's just annoying.
So like I don't hate him as a fighter.
Like that one kid in the school who's like tries to be the one who's everyone likes, and everyone's just like, "You're trying too fucking hard. Get out of my face."
Yeah, it's so like I guess for me, it's like I don't know, cause I mean shit, like with Jack, it's like. He had 2 fights, like, before the Gilbert one, in fucking Kevin Holland and Basil Hafez, where, like, very not good performances, did not look great, but it's like, he didn't win those, and he's just like, I'm gonna go knock out fucking Kamaru Usman or something, you know what I mean? Like,
he said, I'm here to get the cash and dash.
It's like, he was just doing his thing. It's like, Ian was looking good in all these performances, but like in his last 2 step-ups in competition against Jeff Neal and MVP, very lackluster performances, and he only continues to grow in like how he talks about himself and like who he is. And that's where it's like the disconnect in how he's talking. Well, not even that. Like, I don't know.
It does.
Like, I don't know, like, I know that's, like, a big thing, like, but I do genuinely think that, like, what he says or whatever, like, he believes all of that, and, like, he's just trying to, like, be himself or whatever, but it's just, like, fighters are delusional, you know what I mean? Yeah. They think they're so much better than what a lot of them are, but it's just, like, being so confident and cocky and with these bad performances, it's, like, it doesn't line up, and it's just, like, get the fuck out of here. It's just...
Bro, sometimes people just gotta talk to themselves like that, you know?
Like, people can say something they truly believe and still sound inauthentic.
No,
those are not mutually exclusive things.
Yeah.
Just the way he talks makes him sound so inauthentic. That's what I'm saying. Like, the way he just, like... Especially, like, after the fight and verbalizing these things. Like, he sounds just like, I know you believe this, but I feel like you don't believe this. You just don't sound real.
Yeah, It's just, I don't know. We'll see where he ends up going, how far he gets in the welterweight division. He's definitely, like, getting himself in. I don't know if he'll get top 5 with that. I think he was 7 going in.
Yeah.
So, we'll just kind of have to see how things get aligned. But,
I wouldn't be surprised if Shavkat was willing to take the fight.
Same.
Shavkat talking about, you don't remember what happened in training? Like, he'll remind him, you know what I mean?
He was like, I'll, like, be sure to remind you again in the future. And I was just like, bro, Shavkat and his fucking tweets and responses, man.
They're so cold.
Yeah, like, it's, because, like, just, oh my God.
Calm, cool, collected, you know what I mean? Like, it's simple but effective, like.
Yes.
Because I don't know, like, I just imagine him just, like, fucking sitting in a room or some shit,
sitting in that throne.
Yeah, and he just checks his phone just like, like, and then he's just like, all right, now let me go be out in some fields or something, and, like,
let me just go kill some wolves real quick.
But yeah,
he just hangs with them, bro.
Yeah. Like,
I'm the master.
I feel like Shavkat's probably just gonna end up waiting for a title fight. I feel like he's just right there. He's deserving. But
that's true. With him talking about in the future, he could mean as a defense, but like.
Yeah, and I mean, shit. Even like in the lead up, Ian was saying that like he thinks the perfect thing. Shavkat goes out there, gets the title, and then they fight for the belt. He takes his O. So we'll definitely see how that plays out.
I mean, at that point, if Shavkat's waiting for the title, if let's say he doesn't get offered Ian or Jack. That leaves Jack open for a dance partner.
Yeah, I feel like Jack will probably get like Usman or either Leon or Bilal coming off of a loss. You know.
I feel like that's possible too. I'm just saying, like.
No, yeah. We have all of these top prospects coming up, and like they're all starting to get to the top of the division. So at some point, they're gonna have to start fighting each other. You know, like
exactly.
So it's gonna be on just timing and who the UFC wants to push out, whatever point, you know.
Yeah. But
that was the main card. Very good UFC 303. We had some pretty solid fights on the prelims. Ginger, we could start with you first today. What was the big standout on the prelims that you feel like bringing up?
People on Twitter keep ragging on this dude just because of the way he is and not as a fighter. Just the fact that he does like pole dancing on the side, like just like at his like mother's like thing, like his mother
like her
owns
studio.
like a gym. Yeah, her studio. Like who fucking cares? Peyton Talbot in less than 20 fucking seconds knocks out Giannis with a beautiful straight right. Notice on the counter to a leg kick, which in the video he posted on YouTube, he was telling Giannis to go for the kicks.
Bro, like,
because that's how he can beat him. I love this man. This man is amazing. Y'all just hate it because he doesn't fit the stereotype of a fighter.
Which I love that about him, because it's like we need more people that are just comfortable in their skin, that understand that life isn't boxed in the way that everybody wants to. Because like you bringing up like the pole dancing, for instance, it's not dancing, it's pole work. People do that for fitness. Not everyone on a pole is a stripper or taking off their clothes. Some people do it for legitimate fitness, because that shit is crazy. The amount of work it takes to be able to do some of the things that they be doing, like, crazy. And I'm sure that only just helps him. Like, that's why he's so athletic and just all of these things. Like, that's definitely part of it. Like, I can't imagine the way that probably helps him just be the wacky fighter he is, you know?
Core strength, grip strength, fucking leg strength.
Yeah, like literally
the
just
flexibility, but just like
the flexibility.
Because it's like, a lot of people in the gym just working out certain things. It's like calisthenics is a really good workout and base for MMA, because it gives you like just real strength to sustain. It's not about just lift, I'm done, like, you know.
And I feel like it's just like the kind of workouts that like just, I don't know, help you get more in tune with your body and like understanding like the mechanics and movements and different things. Like he just flows so well in there, and like it just sees everything beautifully. And like he just, like you said, to fucking literally to make a video, just be like, hey, you want to beat me? Throw leg kicks, like here, right? Like, you know. And then he goes out there, he throws the jab, pauses on the timing real quick. Giannis goes for the counter leg kick and just rips him. Like,
I wonder if he noticed that. When he goes for the leg kick, his hands go down.
Yeah, more likely.
And he's like, bro, throw a kick. That's totally how you'll get me. Rip my legs apart. But my favorite part about that video was he said, hold on, wait, you'll definitely listen to this because it's in your language. And it was just the voiceover.
It's a French.
Bro,
I love this. I love Peyton Talbot.
This dude is going to be an absolute star. Just give it time. Like, I would not be surprised if he ends up grabbing a title at some point. It's one of those things where it's like, it's so early in his career, you never know how.
9-0 now.
Yeah, like you never know how things are going to go, especially towards like the highest level of the game.
Yeah,
and especially when you're so wacky like that, like because he could just have a kill or be killed style, and it's like once he gets killed, who knows how many times it might happen. Like,
because it's like he gets touched, but he's got a fucking chin on him, so it don't matter.
I was about to say, you know who else gets touched? Who has a very like wacky style? Corey Sandhagen.
100%.
Like you could end up with like, he could end up like a Corey Sandhagen where he has this wacky style, or I can't think of someone at 135 at the moment who is like not in the top 15, or like just gets knocked out a lot. So I'll just go with Johnny Walker. Those are like the two extremes of wacky shit. Like,
But yeah, man, it's like he has every single thing that you look for in a star. Like it's just all there. It's all there. And I absolutely love the commitment to just the little fucking quick stare into the camera, because dude was doing his little fucking thing, and then he started walking and they were just about to cut. Just fucking the quick stare.
Like he was literally in his corners talking, laughing, and then he's like, oh wait, camera's on me.
Like it's great, man.
So
I absolutely love Peyton Talbot. Star in the making for sure.
100%.
Let's go, man. Beautiful. Kate, you got anything that you want to bring up specifically on this prelim card?
I guess Joe Pyfer did what he was supposed to do.
He sure did.
No, but honestly,
that
like,
was sad.
I know it went to a decision, but it's like Jillian Robertson and Michelle Waterson-Gomez was pretty good.
Yes.
I know Michelle Waterson-Gomez on the older side, but it's like point striking has been her thing, as to where Jillian is very much just submissions.
Yes.
And like she's just been looking way better with her striking as each fight goes on. Like it's one of those things where it's like she doesn't have the greatest record in the UFC looking at it, but she's also still only just turned 29 years old.
Yep.
It's like she's very young, you know what I mean? 11-6 now in the UFC, so that's actually not that bad. It's crazy having 17 fights in the UFC already.
Yeah.
But like you could just tell that like with her getting older, she's just definitely been developing a bit more, looking better. She absolutely battered Michelle Waterson-Gomez. And then just the send off they gave to Michelle afterwards, like that was really nice.
Yeah, that shit fucking I was so close to crying. Beautiful. That was fucking I
loved that.
Yeah, man. They got to start doing that more. Like
especially for like fighters who like tell them they're like, because that's basically as fighters kind of also have to like tell them, hey, this
you
may
have
be
to have
my
it prepared.
last fight.
Yeah,
because like I didn't realize this was like Andrei Arlovsky's last fight on his contract until afterwards.
Yeah, which like
he's not retiring, so they weren't gonna send him off like that.
But it's like you're leaving the UFC. Sorry,
no, you're good.
Because like we were talking about it. It's like the UFC knew that was his last fight on his contract.
Yeah.
They knew they weren't re-signing him, so even though he isn't retiring, it's like, bro, you could still give him a UFC send-off. You could still put that shit together for him. Hell yeah, he should have. He was a champion 19 years ago.
Dude made his UFC debut in 2000. 2000.
I'm not disagreeing.
On the
no, I know, like, but just for everybody, you know, it's like just so like because for the people that don't know, because it was so long ago, it's like he has the second most fights in the UFC, right under Jim Miller. He's tied for
heavyweight.
Yeah, he's tied for the second most wins and tied for the third most finishes in like at heavyweight. You know what I mean? Like, dude has done crazy things, and it's like his record is 34-24, but that's what happens when you fight into an elderly age and you've been in the UFC for 24 goddamn years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they knew this was happening. They should have given him a send off in general.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know how well the crowd would have received it after that fight.
Yeah,
that's true, but still,
yeah,
it's like fuck the crowd in that moment. It's like just respect your fighter, you know.
In that moment, but I do, because he definitely should have got it, but it's just like, you know, a hindsight 2020 thing. None of us knew, like, we're all hindsight 2020. Yeah, you should have given it to him knowing it was his last fight, but we didn't know it was his last fight.
Well, yeah, but you know, to Kate's point, it's like the UFC knew, so it's like it was easily could have been done, you know,
because it's not like we knew it was Michelle's UFC. It was like it's not like we knew she was retiring. You know what I mean?
No, yeah,
like yeah.
But yeah, and then going back to just like Jillian and Michelle, it's like 'cause like you said with bringing up like Jillian striking getting better, it's like on the feet still kind of struggling with the same kind of things. Like I mean, she
just always walks forward. That's her thing.
Yeah,
walking into shots from Michelle, but it's the ground and pound that she's really putting together, and that's making a big difference. Like especially in these last two. So,
because like on the feet, like it's still shaky, but like she still looks a bit better. It's just the thing is, I don't think she's gonna stop walking forward. She's just one of those people. It's tough as shit, and she's like, okay, eat one, take one. Like you're beating me up. I'm just gonna keep walking forward so I can get the shot, or then take you down to beat you up. Like you're not gonna stop me.
She knows if she closes the distance, gets a hold of you, gets you down, it's her world, and she's more than likely gonna win. So.
And I mean, not for nothing, it always looks a bit worse because she's like us, Jimmy. She's pale as shit.
Bro, she's whiter than us. Canadian white. You know what I mean?
You touch her once, and she is turning red. Like it makes it look a lot worse.
It does for sure. But yeah, that was definitely just a really good performance. Last thing that I'll bring up on this, Jean Silva, he did miss weight a little bit against Charles Jourdain, but bro, I was so unsure of how this fight was going to play out. Also with the fact of him missing weight, I really thought this was going to be Jourdain's fight. He's very up and down in the UFC, but very tough, very solid, really starting to put his skills together. And for Jean Silva to go out there and get the first like TKO or knockout finish over Charles Jourdain, like, bro, dude hit him, had him on skates, hurt, and like that just to this point hasn't happened to him yet. So like that motherfucker's got some fucking power in his hands. He might be a solid player at 145.
Yeah, it's so funny looking at him because I'd swear he's a 35-year-old man every time, and then I see he's 27 and I'm like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, just a lot of good shit on the prelims. Raiceria on short notice, getting it done. Going for the twister on a few occasions. That was
he was hunting for that.
Great grappling.
Yeah.
And then motherfucking Vinicius Oliveira too. It's fucking over Ricky Simon on the opener. The disrespect to Ricky putting him on the opener, but for Oliveira to get that done, good shit for him, man. He's gonna that gets you up in like to the top 20 of fucking 115. You know what I mean?
His next fight's
or
gonna
135.
Be
Sorry,
a ranked guy.
Yeah.
They might put him against Pedro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, him versus Pedro would be.
Oh my goodness. Oliveira first one to finish Pedro? Probably not.
No. If he didn't finish Ricky.
Yeah, that's very true.
Did finish. And then you have Kyler over here just landing big head kicks and shit like that on Pedro in their last fight. Like,
yeah. But yeah, 303, very solid card. Not too bad at all. Oh yeah, I forgot. Ginger, you won Tapology, right?
Yes, I did.
Absolutely terrible. My second win streak of the year. That I don't even know what it was at, but hey.
Neither do I, because I haven't been keeping track.
Pretty good, you know?
Or in keeping track.
July 1st, I think I've lost like 4 weeks or something like that.
More than that.
Because I know there was a few that we tied, and that like I know I was on a good streak.
Way too many ties this year.
Yeah, I came number 1 overall in the group at 655 points. Katie in second with 620. You in third with 565.
Yeah, not a great night for Jim Bob, but hey, I got one more perfect than you, motherfucker. So let's go, right?
Anyway.
Okay.
Let's go.
I got 2 more fights right than you.
Very good. Hey, I just gotta find my ways of winning. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But hey, we did also have PFL this weekend,
where we had the second but the worst cut in the main event.
Yes.
Disgusting. Brendan Loughnane versus Justin Gonzalez. I mean, for the entire fight, I was getting very frustrated from Brendan Loughnane. You could just tell he was looking for that one big shot to get Justin out of there. It's like only been knocked out one time before in his career, but it's like that was 2 months ago. And it's like you could just tell Loughnane was hunting for it, and he was just giving away so much time, so many exchanges and opportunities. It was just...
Yeah, because he had him hurt a couple times where he was just backing up, and instead of going forward like, okay, I got him, he's like, nah, I got to get that one shot. One shot. Like...
But...
Which was weird.
Yeah,
But yeah.
It worked out for him though.
Yeah, second round rolls around. He gets into a clinch, throws that knee, immediately opens a cut from about here to fucking here on Justin's head, and the doctor came in and just like we were saying, just no.
Because again, it was frustrating because he landed that big knee at first and we didn't like know what was going on because we did not see Gonzalez's head, and Loughnane just stopped and he's looking, he's pointing at him like, yo,
because it's like you see blood, you know, obviously he cut him, but he just starts pointing at him
and it's like, yo, what are you doing? But then the ref steps in, and then when we seen that, we're like, oh, Loughnane, you're a good man, because he definitely saw that cut and was like, it's over, I can't touch him again. Like, but yeah, that's when the doctor stepped in, just was like, it's over. But bro, you know them Q-tip swabs that they be doing for the cuts? It was bigger than that. It was wider, it was longer, it was everything.
The whole thing just fit in there real nicely to just fucking...
Dude had an axe wound there. It was disgusting.
It
was terrible.
Vicious. Absolutely vicious. But yeah, so Brendan gets it done. Doctor stoppage in the second round of the main event. We end up with the brackets now for the last 2 weight classes in the PFL for 2024. Brendan Loughnane versus Kai Kamaka III. And then on the other side of the bracket for 145, Gabriel Braga versus Timur Kizriev. I very much like how this bracket ended up playing out. I feel like this is the most fun that we're probably going to get.
Yeah.
Because I think Braga probably has the best chance to deal with the grappling of Timur. I think Kai or Brendan, they probably just get ragdolled by Timur. So Timur. But yeah, so we'll have to see how those brackets play out. Braga, to get on. I don't know what that'd be. Second place, I think he got.
Yeah, he should be the number 2 seed.
Pretty sure, but he fought Bubba Jenkins.
Number 1.
Yeah, this was a terrible fight. And, Bubba, he's a bad man. He do bad man things, and especially the last 2 seasons, that has much more consisted on, like, within the first 10-15 seconds shooting on a takedown and holding that for as much as he can.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he did for round 1.
Yeah, he had about 4 minutes of just, because like they got back up the last like 10 seconds or so, and it took him about 15 seconds to shoot.
Yeah.
But he had him against the cage. Braga was just sitting there as Bubba had his face in his lap and just hugged him.
Yeah, it
for
was
about 4 minutes.
It was not good.
Yeah.
And then the second round comes around. Ends up in like a weird scenario where like they were like coming up from the ground, and then fucking Bubba just like grabbed his arm. It looked like I thought he was grabbing his body at first, like he had a rib injury or something. Braga just starts
off.
Yeah, no mercy at all. Was looking for the finish. They call it, and then it was an arm injury on Bubba. So definitely shitty for him. But hey, Braga gets it done in the second round, so it was very nice,
Yep.
With also not taking too much damage, so that definitely helps on moving on into the in the bracket.
Yep.
Kai Kamaka III got a decision over Pedro Carvalho to get in there, and then Timur Khizriev got a decision over Enrique Barzola. Both those fights weren't the greatest, but it is what it is. Welterweight side though, we had some shit happen for sure.
Yep.
Co-main event sucked. Why are you laughing so hard?
Because of what happened on the prelim.
All right.
This one, but
what do you want to get into on that?
So Shamil versus Murad.
Mm-hmm.
First round, fairly, kind of back and forth competitive. Second round, left hook from Shamil and ground and pound strikes to finish Murad, for Shamil to get into the to maintain being number 1 in the bracket.
Yes.
And because of the way the rest of the cards played out, our first round matchup, number 1 versus number 4, is Shamil versus Murad.
Yes.
Yeah.
This sucks for Murad, man, because it's like, with you saying, like round 1, like, competitive, it was a lot of Murad trying to do things and basically getting shut down, and Shamil getting like some shots off. But like, it just, Murad was struggling with the grappling, could not really get anything done with that. And then, like you said, Shamil read that shit so perfectly, throws the right hand, gets Murad to like just roll with his shoulder real hard on it. And then, as he was just like leaned over, just left hook right on the chin, and just a few follow-up shots, fight was over. Absolutely beautiful for him to maintain his undefeated record and to put a 1 in the loss column for Murad. So,
yes,
that is vicious for Murad to have to fight him again in the first bracket. Like, that just sucks.
Yeah.
So Shamil's one side of the finals?
Yeah, probably.
That was, that sucks. But on the other side of the bracket, we have Magomed Umaladov get it done on Friday against Brennan Ward. First round Anaconda. Yes. That shit was it was just easy. Like, it was not a hard fight for him. Gets it done in the first. And then Neiman Gracie got a unanimous decision over Don Maj. But Don still stayed in the bracket. So Umaladov versus Don Maj for the other side. So
Umaladov versus Shamil for the end, and we're gonna see whose O gets to go in that fight.
Yes, which it's like
that's fun. Like, at least they have 170. Like, I'm excited for 170 this year.
Yeah, man, because it's so awesome. Yeah, that Shamil and Umaladov are on opposite sides, because if they both make it to the finals, it's like just another matchup of 2 Russian undefeated fighters, and it's like, bro, if Shamil gets it done, for him to take Murad's O, beat him again in the rematch, and then take the O of Umaladov, like, that's fucking awesome, man. Like, that's what a run to grab $1 million in 2024. Like, that's
yes, sir.
Very solid for his record. But No, it wasn't the worst card of PFL. It was actually pretty fun. The featured bout on the prelims, Lorenz Larkin was on it. Got a first round finish. Yep. That was very nice to see. It was just kind of saying, complaining about that he can't throw elbows and stuff, and so maybe we'll have him back on Bellator.
It's a showcase fight.
Yeah, and it was his last 3 fights all ended in elbow stoppages. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck PFL does sometimes, man. They just decide to do not smart things, but hey, hopefully they just do enough fun things that they can stay around long enough, you know?
No, yeah, it's like showcase bouts. If it's not anything to do with anything, just allow fucking elbows.
Yeah, and tournament final too. Let's fucking go. Into some fight news though for the week. Nothing too big, but we got a lot of good shit. First thing to start off that I didn't put on here, that just with also talking about PFL, which something just very interesting in the post-fight press conference for the UFC. I don't know if you listened to it at all, Ginger.
No.
So, bro, this kind of blew me away. Honestly, I was not expecting Dana White to ever respond to a question like this, but a reporter asked him basically hey, Turki Al-Sheikh, he's doing a lot of things with boxing.
Seen this.
Yeah, and would can we get a cross promotion fight done with Dana, or can we get a cross promotion fight done? Maybe Francis Jones, something. And basically Dana's White response was we're talking to Turki about a lot of things, so we'll see what happens in the future. Bro, what? In the year of 2024, Dana White didn't just take a giant shit on some guy for ever thinking about the UFC cross-promoting with another MMA organization?
Right. Just tell him that it's an absolutely stupid fucking idea,
Bro, I'm pretty sure it was just earlier this year he was talking shit that, they can't sell tickets, what the fuck are they doing?
I didn't know if it was earlier this year or if it was, sometime last year, the end of last year, him just talking shit, no, why would we ever do something like that?
It's been both. He's definitely been asked questions about it this year.
Yeah,
I know he has.
That absolutely blew my mind. So
Turkey throwing money,
bro. Yeah, because it's I know most people are gonna care about Jones Francis. I don't really care about that as much anymore. It's in terms of cross promotion fight for Francis, I'd rather see him fight Anatoly. I'm way more interested in that, honestly. But bro, Sugar Sean versus Patchy, that's a fucking great fight.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Get fucking Johnny Eblin in there with the fucking middleweight champ, whoever it might be at whatever point. You know what I mean?
That'd be fun.
You got some potential names that you could do things with. You know what I mean? It's
they just do the rematch of Larissa and Kayla, and that's it.
That would be really funny. Let's go trilogy, or no
quad trilogy.
Yeah, the quad trilogy. Sorry, yeah. Bro. Nah, do you know what's actually... You know what's the best fight? Champ versus champ fight?
Huh.
Poatan versus Corey Anderson, right?
I'd love to see it.
I mean, what, a 20-second knockout for Poatan?
Yeah.
But not yet. That was just very crazy.
Poatan versus Impa?
Bruh, come on. No. Dude, he's
who?
25 inches taller than him. Poatan versus Impa, he said.
No. Oh my god, no.
He's too short. He wouldn't be able to left hook him. He would just knee him and kick him. You know what I mean? It would just be all legs. That would be so bad.
Bad.
Yeah. But
can we get actually one that's not a champ versus champ fight, but one I would love to see? Just to get it done. Patricio versus Volkanovski.
I mean, it does kind of work since they're both kind of sliding off the back ends of their career now, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah, because I want to see Max versus him.
Oh my god, no.
Max
oh
puts
my
it
goodness. Nah.
But him versus Volkanovski is really interesting.
Yeah, fucking Kyoji versus Pantoja, you know what I mean? There are some things that we could get done that I'd be very excited for.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was just very interesting to hear. Did not expect that out of the post-fight press conference. But on to some actual fights getting announced, though. Our boy motherfucking Slava Claus is back after that real rough loss to Chase Hooper. That was just absolutely insane.
Beautiful.
But they're giving him James Lion Top. I think it's Leon Top. I don't know how they actually pronounce it, but I always say Lion Top because it just sounds fun.
I'm happy that he's getting this fight because it's kind of crazy seeing that his record in the UFC is 2-3-1.
Yeah.
I love Slava Claus, bro. That can't be his record. Let's bring it up to a nice 50-50, you know?
Yeah.
3-3-1 is nice.
I always love it when you got someone that has the same amount of wins and losses with a draw in there. It's
perfect 50-50 fighter.
Yeah. It's awesome. But yeah, so that should be a good fight. It's Slava, so he's always down for a scrap.
Yeah.
Big fight at 170 pounds. Believe it's happening early September. Motherfucking Gilbert Durinho Burns. He is back against another top-ranked fighter in Sean Brady. This is so interesting, man. It's like, because Gilbert is an amazing grappler, but Sean is such a strong wrestler. Like, can he actually take down and control Gilbert and be fine in the grappling? Is he gonna get fucking ran over with big shots on the feet? Because Gilbert, he's down to knuckle up, you know what I mean? You're getting standing TKO'd by Bilal Muhammad, you're not scrapping with Gilbert, you know? That's just... So...
But exactly, can he hang in the... You know?
Yeah,
is he strong enough to do what he needs to do?
Yeah, this is such a, hard fight for Sean Brady, man. What a hard stylistic matchup.
Yeah.
No, yeah. And yes, that is set for September 7th.
Nice.
UFC Vegas 97, sorry.
Pretty sure main event, right?
I was about to look that up to be sure.
Pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, the main event.
Word. But yeah, so just absolutely great fight there at 170 pounds. Oh my goodness, this fight at 155 pounds is just...
That is a good card so far, Jesus.
This fight is pretty fucked up, honestly. Someone's getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Elves Brenner versus Joel Alvarez. I absolutely love both of these guys in the lightweight division outside the top 15. I feel like I'm leaning towards Joel. I feel like he's the better fighter. Elves is going to be a lot scrappier, tougher in there, though, so he just might be able to push through and put some big shots on Alvarez and get him out of it. This is going to be war, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
155, that's what can I say?
Yeah, Brenner has never been finished before, subbed or KO'd. He's lost a few decisions, but...
Joel's been both, right?
Yeah.
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 So, I wonder if he'll be able to get it done. I think it's definitely going to keep hurting Elves Brenner if he keeps having bad weight cuts. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It was super rough for him last time. So if he has another one like that, then maybe Joel would be able to be the first one that does it.
Oh,
but if he's looking even a little bit better, oh my God, this is a great fight.
Yeah, it's so good. I love 155 pounds, man.
Yeah.
Great fight at 145 pounds, though. Very solid, but it also kind of questionable. William Gomez is back again, a fight against Joe Anderson Brito, which it's bro, Brito has 5-fight win streak, all finishes in that weight class. Why is he not fighting a top 15 opponent? I know he was booked against Dan Ige, and then he had to pull out. That's why we got Dan Ige versus Chepe Mariscal, and then Dan fought Diego. But I don't know. It's I guess timeline, just certain things or whatever. But it's I don't like it. This is bad for Gomez.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Brito's on a different level right now. He needs to be fighting top 15 competition.
Brito's definitely gonna be getting that after this one if he gets another fucking knockout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's he lost his UFC debut, and since then he's been on a 5-fight winning streak. So
yeah, and it just so good. He might get a sub in this one too. He might take Gomez down, being a solid kickboxer that he is.
I mean, shit. Yeah, he subbed Lucas Alexander and Jonathan Pierce.
Yeah, it very possible. Well-rounded fighter, always looking to take his opponents out. So I love Joe Anderson Brito. I want to see him in just big fights, and that's just really the biggest thing that I'm he could just be putting on such better fights against better opponents, you know?
Yes.
But that should still be good. This next fight at 125 pounds, women's division. Kate knew it was going to happen, and we're getting it. Jessica Andrade versus Natalia Silva. It makes all the sense in the world, but holy fuck, what a great fight.
It is, but it sucks. It's one of those fights where I love both of them. Andrade's just been around. Like, she had a rough year last year, so I kind of want her to build up more of a winning streak. But
she's on 2, it's all right, you know.
I want her to build up a little bit more, okay? But Natalia Silva just been coming in, just doing great things, and it's like I want to see her do great things, but not against Jessica. I'm gonna love her either way, obviously, but it's just like it's rough. I just want to see her win some more.
I know it. I'm definitely more like I agree. I absolutely love both these fighters, but I don't know. I'm just so excited to see how it plays out and for the fight itself that it's like win or lose either or. It's like
I'm still going to love both of them and I'm not like nothing's going to go away from that. It's just I don't want to see either of them lose. You know what I mean?
It's fair.
No, yeah, exactly.
Such a good fight though. Oh, it's so good. What a tough test for Silva.
Yeah.
So for the next one, I do just want to say, because I was looking at the card for Gilbert Brady. So next fight announcement we also got was Matt Schnell versus Alessandre Costa. And the reason for me wanting to bring that up is because that's on the September 7th card. Jessica Andrade versus Natalia Silva, Calvin Kattar versus Kyle Nelson, Sean Brady versus Gilbert Burns. This is already, like, for a fucking Apex card,
This is
really good.
Damn, that wasn't apexing at all. I love that.
Props for the UFC.
No, seriously.
Why couldn't they done something like this for Apex 100? You know what I'm sorry. I had to. Like, clearly they can do it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Well, obviously they can do it.
This card so far is not apexing at all.
Yeah, that's really fucking good. But yeah, so Schnell, Matt Schnell versus Costa. That's I'm kind of surprised that Costa is just getting like Matt Schnell's ranked number 11.
I believe either 11 or 12.
Just
12.
Okay. Just wasn't expecting him to, I don't know, just get a number 12 ranked guy, just kind of because. I mean, what is 2 in a row now?
2-2. No, he's 2-2 in the UFC. Lost to Amir Albazi, which no shame in your debut. Beat Jimmy Flick.
Okay,
lost to Erceg.
And
then beat Kevin Borjas.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, just the losing to Erceg and then beating Borjas. Just a little surprising, but it's like that. I just kind of feel bad for Schnell.
I do too, because it's like, he's not on a great run.
No.
It's like in his last 4, and this is going back to 21, he is 3-1 and 1 no contest. He's lost to Royval, Nicolau, Erceg. He beat Sumadarji and
1-3 and 1 no contest.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
1-3 and 1 no contest.
Gotcha. Yeah, and that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he's always been around to have good scraps, being a war at flyweight, but it's adding up, man, and it's just
2-fight losing streak getting finished in the both.
Yeah, and then even the Sumadarji one, like that was such a fucking war. Like that was great fight. Like it was crazy.
5 KO TKO losses. Costa has 5 KO TKO wins. 6 wins by sub. He's been subbed twice. Like, things aren't looking good for Schnell in this one.
Nah, Costa gonna get himself a top 15 ranking with that one.
But
yeah, good for him. Next fight, bring up motherfucking Christian Leroy Duncan taking on RoboCop. This is
rough.
Does RoboCop get it done on the feet, or do we see him just low fight IQ, not use his grappling into a knockout loss or something?
I actually think stylistically, RoboCop has a very good chance of knocking out Christian Leroy Duncan. I'm not gonna lie.
That.
The way he leans back and stuff, and the way the explosiveness of RoboCop, he just needs to get one cut off left hook. The way he leans over and stuff, and he can knock this dude out.
Yeah, I'm not sure which way I'm leaning more towards, but it's like I'm just like, bro, I'm sure if RoboCop just went out there and like just grabbed a single, he could probably take this motherfucker down and sub him, but he's just not gonna do that. He's just like, it's just so funny that I forget what it was, like either his last one or the one before it. I think it was like Dom Cruz or whatever, just like just one of the commentary just being like, well, he's talking about his fucking grappling pedigree and stuff, but he just doesn't use it, so like why are we bringing it up? Like, it just, Yeah,
Why even bring it up? He ain't gonna use it.
But yeah, just a great fight, very solid. This next one though, I love what they be doing in just some of the matchmaking sometimes.
Yeah,
like
oh my god, this is so fun.
185 pounds of pure violence in this one. Bruno the Hulk Fajeda taking on Roman Kapilov.
I love it.
Like bruh, Bruno is such a powerhouse. The Hulk is such a befitting nickname. But it's like he's gonna push forward. Like he has been more patient, actually going to like the grappling and like tossing motherfuckers to the mat. But like, if he wants to get it done, grappling, mixing up the grappling with like big shots is gonna be the way against Roman. Because if he just wants to run through big shots trying to put it on Roman, he might get slept in the first round for it.
Yeah, because it's like Roman is a great kickboxer. He's never been finished before. Well, I mean, he's been subbed twice, but like he's never been knocked out. You know what I mean? Like he's incredibly durable.
Yes.
Like it's definitely going to be a great fight, but yeah, like you said, he's got to mix that up. But I mean, we haven't seen it. It's like I would say that Fluffy is definitely better on with his grappling than Bruno.
Yes.
And Roman was holding his own for a little bit. Obviously, he ended up getting RNC'd in the second round, but like,
the biggest,
I know, mixing it up so that like he's
and not even with that hurt. It's like just the styles of grappling, because like Fluffy's shooting on doubles and singles where Bruno's gonna grab a clinch and try and judo throw him, you know, like just a different style. But it's like but for sure like he's shown to have that, so it's like just doing it, like preparing in a fight camp for more specific takedown defense. I feel like he'll be fine with knowing what to do in those scenarios. No?
Yeah, I feel like we're just gonna have a fun stand-up fight, and someone's getting knocked out, but it's probably gonna be Bruno because I mean, it's only one loss and one finish, but it's like, bro, he got slept by Nurse Alton.
Yeah,
that counter right just put him down. Like,
yeah, like the kicks from Roman are gonna be dangerous, man. Like, oh, so good, so good. Another just great match-made fight at 185 pounds. I have no idea how this one is going to play out. I don't think anyone knows how this is going to play out.
How could you?
Edmund Shabazian versus GM3. Bruh, it is so live for Edmund to go out there round one knockout GM3, or for Gerald to just get a round one sub over Edmund. I don't know. Actually, you know what? Maybe Edmund's just gonna win this one, because it's like he really struggles with like the chin and the strikers, and so like for him not have to worry about that, like he is a decent enough like grappler and like very physical in there. He might kind of just run over Gerald now that I think about it.
Yeah,
he might.
I think I just completely changed my mind as I just
It's just so crazy
that's
looking
what I've
at
been
it.
Thinking.
Gerald having fucking 36 wins and 28 of them are by submission.
Yeah, most submission wins in middleweight history.
Yeah,
like it's I fucking love Gerald, man. He's such a fun guy. Like it's great. But yeah, that should be a good one though. Absolute banger at 125 pounds, flyweight men's division. Motherfucking Steve Erceg takes his first UFC loss against Pantoja for the title, but it's like he was ranked 9 or 10 going into it. They're just like, okay, you lost that, but we're not sending you back to where you were ranked at in like that matchmaking. You're getting top 5 ranked Kai Kara France.
He looked good against him anyway. You know, like it.
Bro, I have no like he could easily go out there and knock out Kai Kara France. Like I have no doubt in that.
Yeah, he probably will.
This is gonna be a good fight. I am so excited. It's been a while since Kai has fought. But hey, we'll see how he looks, and that's big meaningful fight at 125 pounds. Let's go. But you know, for all the fight news and everything, and for the podcast in general, we have to save the best for last. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got a battle of the little bros.
Battle of the little bros. Junior Tafa taking on Walter Walker. The best for last, you know what I mean? What do you? I'll let you. Who wants to? What do you got, Ginger?
So, this is the best of the worst brother fight, right? Or is this actually the worst? Because Junior already lost to Muhammad. Usman.
Yeah, like this is such low level brother fighting. Like this is like this might as well just be in the backyard of the house that they grew up at, brother fighting. You know what I mean? Like bruh.
I have no idea how this is gonna go. I don't.
Bro, Junior should be able to go out there and knock fucking Walter out. Like
should he? Because honestly, I don't know.
Grapple fucked.
Yeah, like he lost the decision to Usman. He knocked out Parker Porter, which he was supposed to do, and then he got leg kicked to ground and pound by Marcos de Lima. Which I know that was short notice. He switched in for his brother, so like there is that. Shouldn't hold that against him too much, but like
yeah.
Marcos made it to the top 15. Muhammad Usman is like a big physical grappler, you know. Walter is
neither
okay.
Of
You know what?
things.
Yeah, I guess, but it's like
yeah, this is gonna be such.
It's just gonna be bad. Walter's gonna gas.
Here's what I'm thinking.
I pray for what you always pray for, in a heavyweight fight. Please, first round
knockout.
Please,
yeah, that's what we need.
Like even like we don't need this fight to go past 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Like that's
Tafa's been finished by leg kicks twice.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Once in kickboxing, and then his last fight.
Oh, Tafa. I thought you said Walter. Wait, what?
Oh no, sorry.
Yeah, man. This is absolute non-UFC level heavyweight fighting. Just one of those fights where it's like not everyone in the UFC is a great fighter. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I mean that's what happens when you bring people in and they've had 3 professional fights MMA.
Yeah, that's why we gotta appreciate like the Tommy Aspinalls and the Poetons, and you know what I mean? Because so many motherfuckers that compete are just not them, you know?
Yeah.
But with all of that, I think we have gone long enough. I think Tiny's trying to tell us to wrap it up too. Now she's just walking in front of all the computer stuff. But I hope everyone has enjoyed this episode of the podcast. Like and subscribe if you did. And we will catch you in a little bit. There ain't much going on for a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Shit. Maybe
we have one next week in Masvidal versus Diaz.
There's
nothing to talk about. Like
I don't know. Maybe we could do a video of just like talking about all like the PFL brackets and stuff like that in the break or something. You know, maybe we'll get something like that going. Get hyped for the tournament. You know, let's go. Until then, we'll catch you all on the next one, everyone. Peace.